Sometimes coming up with that perfect content idea is hard. And you think sometimes, oh my God, I'm never going to have another creative idea again. Well, today I've got some tips, 5 of them, to help you brainstorm creative content for the rest of the year. Are you ready to dive in? I can't wait to share what I've got for you. Episode 322 starts right now.
Hey there, welcome to the Lora Shipman Show. We hang out here weekly to talk about things like social media, entrepreneurship, marketing, tools, strategies, tips, and it all starts right now. Hey there, before we get started with the show, I just want to share my passion with you. I love teaching people just like you how to master social media for business, breaking it down into easy to consume and easy to execute steps so that you can see immediate results. So whether you want to start a social media consultancy or grow your brand's presence on social media, I can help. I can help you get started and master all the things that you need to know. So I want you to go over to my website. It is filled with resources, tools, tips, and courses. Visit lorashipman.com. That's L-O-R-A Shipman.com to get all the goods. Now, you ready for the show? I know I am. Let's get started.
Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Okay. Have you ever been on that struggle bus where the ideas just are not coming? I get that a lot. And sometimes it's just difficult to break through those chains. Am I right? So here, I'm going to give you some things that I do to help me get more creative with my content. The first one is so controversial, I can't even believe I'm leading with it, but I'm going to anyways because it's a tool that I use, and the key word here is tool, and that is ChatGPT. It gets a bad rap, and I don't understand why, because sometimes I will just, if I can't think of anything, I will just have a conversation with it, and I treat it like a person. Like it's my own little personal assistant, and we're sitting in a meeting, and I'm saying to that person, look, this is the content I want to put out for this time of year. I'm looking to get this sort of reaction from my audience about this topic, but I need something catchy. I need something clever. I need help coming up with ideas. And then it spits it back out at you. And the thing is not every one of them is going to be good, right? It's kind of like a person too. Not every one of those ideas are going to be good. But what you'll do is it'll give you some juices, some creative juices flowing. And you'll be like, oh, okay, you know what? I can take this one and run down a path with it and come up with something good. So just use it for ideation. Don't use it to write everything that you do. Use it for ideas. Use it to break out of that creative rut that you might be in. Once you do that, my second tip for you is to use a content calendar. Like, I know that doesn't sound like a creative tool, but honestly it is, because if you can see what content you've got coming up and where it's going to land and making sure that it's right with the season or the time of year that you're in, it works really well. It just kind of helps you build momentum too. Because sometimes what I'll do is, for example, you guys all know that I'm in a Q4 series where I'm trying to help people come up with content and maximize fourth quarter for sales. It just kind of took on a momentum of its own. And if I did not have that content calendar out there, I wouldn't have a good idea of what needs to come next, what I need to talk about, what will actually help people. So the first two are ChatGPT and a content calendar. To piggyback onto the content calendar, don't forget about themes. I love to theme each month that I'm working on. So that way, like I said, it just picks up momentum. Your content starts to pick up momentum. You start to get ideas. You think, oh, we can go a little bit deeper here, because you can only go so deep in a social media post. So if you can build a series, which I hear is working really well now on social media, especially on Reels, if you can create a series out of an idea or a concept, it gives people a reason to come back to that. Like, oh, she's going to go deeper, or we're going to get more information about this, and this is really going to help me along the way. Okay, so the next way you can get some good ideas is repurpose old stuff, repurpose your old content. And here's what I like to do. I like to go through, especially Instagram, because it makes it easy. And Meta does too when you go into their business suite, is you can sort and take a look at which posts got the most engagement, which ones got the furthest reach, and repurpose that stuff. It's still good content, right? So update your popular posts, go ahead and repackage it a different way, and then create evergreen content about that same topic. So think of like maybe it's top holiday gifts. Maybe that topic really worked for you last year. Repurpose it again this year. But you have to go back and take a look. You have to go into your analytics, really understand them, understand what worked, what didn't, and pick the ones that did work and repurpose them into different pieces of content, like turn it into a blog post, make it a reel, make it a story, make it a carousel post, make it a series. Like, how can you give that content more legs? Because obviously it worked and you want to double down on that kind of stuff. Now, the next one, I really like this one because this helps you discover what's working in your niche. So if you go to Instagram, and I don't know if you've ever done this before, it's one of those hidden features that if you don't know to look for it, you might just like ignore it. But here's what you do. You have to have a professional or a business account to do this. Go to your profile, and underneath where your bio is and everything, there's something called a professional dashboard button. You're going to tap on that. And when the screen comes up, you're going to scroll down to the very bottom of the menu, and there is a little button that says inspiration. If you tap on that, it will show you what other people are doing and what kind of performance they're getting. And it's stuff kind of similar to your account. Take a look at that. See what's working in your niche. See what other creators are doing and see how you can come up with something that's your own. Like, don't copy. We never copy, right? You're just there to get inspiration, to get ideas, to unblock your creative block. And anytime that you can see what other creators are doing, that's really helpful. Monitor trends. Like, what's trending on TikTok right now? That's a great way. Even if you're not creating video, it's the content, the idea that's working. And I get a lot of my ideas from different apps. So I'll just go down a rabbit hole here. I really like going to YouTube, seeing what's trending on YouTube, podcasts, other podcast creators in my niche, seeing what they're talking about gives me ideas. Oh, they talked about this, but I feel this way about something, or I've got an even better idea or hack or strategy to use. I can apply it. Pinterest. Oh, Pinterest is great. That just kind of came out of nowhere. What I love to do is go to Pinterest and start typing in whatever it is that I'm looking for and see what they suggest. And Google's a great one too. Go to Google and start using their search bar like you're searching for something, and it's going to show you what other ways people are searching for the same content. And it's just going to give you some creative ideas so you're not stuck floundering. Nobody wants to flounder. Okay, so those are my tips. That's how I go around, looking for content, trying to figure it out, what I think is working. And then sometimes what I'll do too is just like, what have I struggled with in the past? Maybe I look at where we are in the year and I'm like, okay, this time last year, my biggest pain point was this. I know somebody's going through the same thing I was going through. Or maybe it's something you've learned, you've started to do something differently in your business. Do that. Like, figure out how you can take your everyday experiences and put it into something a little bit more creative. Okay, I know I said I was going to give you 5 tips, and I've given you more than 5, and I've got one more that might really help you, and I might just drop them in the show notes. It might be the easiest way to do this because I don't have them posted anywhere. But what if you took some prompts to help you answer some questions about your business? So for example, you could address things like, what are the common misconceptions about your product, service, or industry? Or what are 3 lessons you learned from running your business? Or how can you break down a complex topic into something simple and actionable? Like, what's your framework? Those are great ones. Everybody wants a framework, right? Or a cheat code. That's even a good one there too, is what's the cheat code for XYZ? Or what are the 5 must-have you fill in the blank. What question have you been asked recently that your followers might have that too? That's a good one. What's something controversial? Like for me, it's ChatGPT. I like to say that because I think it is, because people bash it all the time. And I don't think it's as bad as it has to be, or as what people believe. If you could give your audience one piece of advice about your product, your service, or about the holidays, what would it be? What kind of fun polls can you come up with? What does a day in your life look like? What are some behind the scene moments in your business that you can show? What's a personal story or challenge that shaped you and that the approach you take to your business? All of these things, these types of questions can help you create content. So I've got a whole list of them. I'll drop those in the show notes. Go there and take a look. See what you can find. See what you can use to help you brainstorm and get creative with your content this season. All right, my friends, that does it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some good ideas and you're energized and motivated to create amazing content for fourth quarter. All right, until next time, you know what to do, right? Stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay social, my friend.
Hey there, I just want to say thank you for spending time with me here today. I know your time is super valuable, which is why I am dedicated to providing lots of usable, actionable information in the shortest amount of time possible. Before you go, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. And if you have ideas or topics you would like me to cover in an upcoming show, let me know about it in the comment section provided.